we clapping?
All right, I'm ready to go whenever we are ready. Is everyone ready?
So ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo!
All right, so Final Fantasy IV, I'm 0, and I've had very little sleep, so let's see how this turn goes. And luckily, we have a much fresher Metako in the commentary.
Hiya, it's me.
The one and only. But yeah, FF4 originally released on SNES, or I guess technically Super Famicom. And but we're playing the Pixel Remaster version, which came out a few years ago now. I want to say like 3 or 4, but I could be very much wrong on that. Yeah, we are following the story of the Dark Knight Cecil and his quest to conquer the world's crystals. I mean, retrieve them to the king. So yeah, there's a long intro to this game where there's not much going on. But I guess we can talk about some nice things about our nice and wonderful choice of text mashing, because in the Pixel Remaster versions, you can press any button to advance the text, even the joysticks. So if you are not using Turbo like I am, what you can actually do to skip text is you can just hold or rotate both of your analog sticks, and that just advances the text, and it's the fastest way to do it, I guess, which I think is really cool. But that's also probably dangerous for the controller's health, so I just used Turbo instead.
Definitely brings a new meaning to the term button mashing.
Yeah. Instead of button mashing, it's stick rotating or something.
Analog twirling. Very elegant.
Yeah.
Well, so here we are, Castle Baron, with our Red Wings.
Yep.
And our best friend Kane in tow.
Yep, we are back with our mission, and mission was complete. We have successfully killed innocent people and stolen their crystal.
We did good, right?
Yeah, we're definitely the good guys here, right? So yeah, for some reason, our underlings have been questioning our motives. I don't know how they could, but I mean, it's orders from the king. The king has to be good, right? But so yeah, we bring the crystal, and then we ask on the behalf of the crew that is what we did really okay. And I'm sure nothing can go wrong with that. Wait, what? We are being pushed away? We are demoted? We are no longer the captain of the Red Wings? And now Kane comes and defends us, and we are both sent on a mission to deliver a ring that's called a bomb ring to a village of mist. So that's where we'll be heading next. And we get gameplay.
God, look at that movement speed. So fast.
Yeah, and being able to move diagonally. Those were things that you were not able to do in the original. Yeah, so Metako here usually runs the original versions. We have this a little bit of a race going right now, but we took a break for BSG, where I did run FF4 Pixel Remaster, and he ran the old version or the SNES version.
Yeah, so like some of the version differences that you would already have noticed is that Zero did not pick up a tent in the castle before coming up here to meet our wonderful compatriot. On the SNES version, you can do a very cool skip going into the first village of Mist, which allows you to make lots and lots of money and get daggers really, really quickly. That's obviously not going to happen in this well-made version of the game.
Yeah, there are not many glitches in the Pixel Remaster versions, although I guess this technically is any % no resize glitch, because there is a glitch if you resize the window and load into cutscene, you can move into that screen where the next cutscene would happen, and you can skip portions of the game with that. I don't remember how much it works on FF4 or if much, but I know it works on, like, it is a glitch on every Pixel Remaster version. So everything from FF1 through 6, and in some runs it has been used, but it's generally banned from the most ran category, which is usually called any %. It's either any % or any % no resize glitch, depending on the game and how their community decided that the category should be named. But I believe for FF4 it's just called any %, the category, but it is no resize glitch. I guess we could mention that. And also the earlier Final Fantasies love walls of text, so we have our first wall of text here.
The second Final Fantasy to introduce a non-skippable cutscene. Final Fantasy 3 is a grand total of 1 when you beat the land turtle. Final Fantasy 4 is 2.
Yes. I believe FF1 has... No, does it have one? I think it just has the bridge building.
Yeah, on the newer versions you don't, but on the original you can alternate between confirm and cancel to skip through the pages quicker. See, it's looks like there are 2 moons in the back of this screen.
What could that mean? I've known FF4 lore back in the day, but I forget most of it.
There comes a point when you play so much Final Fantasy, it just all blends into nothingness.
Yeah. All right, so I did the first little menu there. I removed all the equipment except for the weapons from both Kane and Cecile. That brings their weight down and makes their ATBs move faster, giving me more turns and being able to flee from encounters faster. And I set up my config. I obviously put the text and battle speed to very fast, and I put the cursor memory on and continue auto battle on. And auto battle in this game, man, in all Pixel Remasters, has this fun little thing that it makes makes everything go faster. Animations, loads, and ATB charging. So everything is faster. So you just want to be an auto battle as much as possible. Even when you're doing manual inputs, in between inputs you want to be in auto battle. So I immediately turn on the auto battle here on the first fight, but then I have to do a manual jump because jump deals more damage than the attack. Here's the first fight. Mist Dragon, you can't deal damage when she's in the mist form. So we defend so we can keep the auto battle going while during the mist form, and then we just keep jumping. We can do 3 jumps between the mist forms, and if you get good damage rolls, you can kill before the second mist form, but it's probably not gonna happen. Yeah. So then we Oh, oops. This is why you don't want to attack during the mist form, but you get counter-attacked by it, but it's fine.
Yeah, don't attack when its tail's up.
We could have crit when we probably would have killed anyway. 120 damage on the jump. I could have used that before the mist phase, but oh well. But yeah, now we've reached the Village of Mist while killing the dragon on the way, and oh no, the bomb ring sets off some bombs, and yeah, it's not good for the villagers. And like, okay, so we're definitely the good guys, right?
Probably.
Yeah, and we also killed the dragon who was the guardian of the village and the summon of the summoner, and now the summoner has lost her life, and she was this little girl's mother, so I guess, whoops, we accidentally just made her an orphan. But surely she will come with us. Yeah, this is a scripted fight where she will just summon Titan, and you don't necessarily even die to that. You can live, but usually you die. But the fight ends anyway, regardless of what happens. And then we're separated from Kane, and we are with this little girl, whose name we don't know yet. Yeah, we have to... she's passed out, so we have to get her to safety, so we head to the nearby inn. And this is an interesting point in the run, because you can get an encounter on the way to the inn, or to Kaipo. And the encounters in this work in a way that after every encounter, you get your next random encounter between a certain range of steps. I think it can change depending on where you are in the game, but I think, but let's say it's for example, it can be like something between 30 and 40 steps that you get an encounter, or in another area it might be between 25 and 35 or something like that. But the exact amount of steps is random, and the village of Kaipo is within that range. So sometimes you get an encounter before Kaipo, and sometimes you don't. And when I say that it resets after every encounter, it also includes forced encounter like this one. So now because we didn't get the encounter, our steps basically get reset anyway by this fight. So it's a free time save. So nice.
Well played. Well done.
Yeah, I
high skill.
That was a high skill gameplay. I don't think I made a single input during that fight. Thanks to autoplay. But I mean, that's auto battle for you. But yeah, now that we protected the girl from the soldiers, she starts to trust us a little bit and joins the party and tells us that her name is Rydia. So now we have Rydia in the party. She's a summoner. She will be very useful in this run, especially early on. And her role is to take one hit and then to take a nap. That's a little bit less damage to the Cecil, and then her job is done. Sometimes she can take 2 or even 3 hits, and things are grand. But here we get to the underground waterway, and our mission here is to... well, story-wise, first of all, we are going here to reach Damsian, so we can get a Sand Ruby, because Rosa, who's Cecil's love interest, we found her, and she's suffering from desert fever. But on the way here, we are trying to kill enemies so that we can get Cecil to be level 13 for Antlion. Unfortunately, that encounter is not enough. but 2 of them is. So yeah, now Cecil will have enough XP to be level 13 for Endlion, but I guess I'll kill the 3rd one because why not?
Yeah, exactly.
That gives me level 12 for Octomammoth as well, which it doesn't really make a difference. But the way the damage works in this game is like there's a very, very small difference between level 11 and 12 for Cecil, but going from level 12 to 13, the difference is a huge one. So it doesn't really matter that we get the level 12 for Octomammoth. Like, it might save an attack, it might not, but it also didn't cost me too much to kill the enemy, so it makes the fight a little bit safer as well. Octomammoth can go... Like, I'm using a little bit of a riskier strat on Octomammoth, so... that's not a full back attack. But,
So the other character we picked up here is a chap called Tella. Tella is disproportionately strong to the rest of the party and has some incredibly high-powered magic, both white and black. But due to the insane MP cost of some of those very powerful spells, we can't really utilize it. So he's kind of like our Gandalf figure, where we kind of know he's really good, but we don't really see it just yet.
yeah.
He's got potential.
Yeah, we picked a couple of chests, mostly for Cecil's equipment, but also we picked up like a Hermes sandals and an hourglass. Or I guess Hermes sandals is in the next chest, I think. But either way, we'll pick it up. Tella will also be, as Metako mentioned, Tella will be very useful in the next fight in that he will take... Oh, it's Hermes shoes in this version. Oh, we got the encounter.
Oh, no.
Right there. Okay. So we put those to front row. We don't want them... yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we put those in the front row, the others, so that we make sure that Cecil survives alone, this fight alone, so Cecil will... Oh, oops. So Cecil will actually be able to reach the level 13 after this fight. And the strategy here is that we attack with Cecil and defend with others. And we want... Oh, actually, I did mess up the equipment. It's fine. I was supposed to keep Ridia's equipment and not tell us, but it's whatever. It's fine. I can deal with that. It's at least safer this way.
So when Zero was talking about rows a bit earlier, in Final Fantasy IV, you get up to 5 characters in your party, and they go sequentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, and 5 are considered front row, 2 and 4 are considered back row, and you can change between those. So you can have 3 in the front, 2 in the back, or the other way around. I don't know in the Pixel Remaster if it also affects your ATB, but definitely in the Super Nintendo version, you would actually switch the order of the characters as well, not necessarily just whether they're front or back row, because that will affect the turn order and things like that, which can be really, really important.
Yeah, in this one, I think it matter, like it only changes turn order for like preempts and stuff. Or preemptives, but I don't think otherwise, but I could be wrong. Like, I never paid attention to it, but... Yeah, I had Tella to cast some thunders on himself so that we would make sure that Cecil gets all the XP. The XP gets divided between your alive party members, and we want to get all of that to Cecil, so... Cecil can deal with the Antlion. Cecil is pretty strong compared to the rest of them, so...
Wait a minute, I know those guys.
Yeah.
They were us.
Yeah, they were us like 20 minutes ago. But yeah, those were the Red Wings. They bombed the place before we got there. I guess we should mention also that Tella is here to prevent his daughter from eloping with a certain bard. But yeah, also first thing, priority is first. Like we first go loot the castle, then we go and check if they are okay. Like,
Yeah, you have to side quest before you do the main quest. It's
Yeah.
very important. It's well known you can't beat the final boss until you have 99 elixirs and 100 ethers.
yep. But yeah, what I picked up there was I picked up an elixir, an ether, a phoenix down, and holy arrow. The elixir will be useful. Ether will also be useful. Phoenix down might be useful. It's a safety item. And the holy arrow will let me deal a little bit more damage later. You spoony bard. But yeah, Tella blames the bard for now having her daughter in a state like this, but the sad music. Surely she's fine, right?
There's one thing I've learned about Final Fantasy IV. It's the characters are incredibly resilient. And even from the brink of death, seem to always come back.
Yeah. I'm sure Anna is the same. But yeah, Tella stormed off, determined to fight Golbez. Golbez is the new leader of Red Wings that we learned about here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but yeah, so we lose Tella, so goodbye all those useful spells that we used so much. And we instead join Edward, who's another very useful character. But yeah, I guess she actually did vanish. But Edward decides to help us and gives us the hovercrafts, which lets us to reach the next dungeon. The Antlion Cave. So Spider Silk is an item that inflicts slow on the enemy. We want a lot of those for the final boss fight. That's the first one we pick up. Then we pick up this Antarctic Wind, which basically casts Blizzara on a single, or no, on multiple enemies. It's pretty useful. Then we take a detour here to get, most importantly, the emergency exit, which allows us to teleport out of this dungeon. So we don't have to backtrack all the way. But there's also Phoenix down and Ether there. So, and then another Spider Silk over there. So now we have two. We'll use one on a certain boss earlier on as well, but that's later. So we need a total of 4 Spider Silks in this run, and we picked up 2 of them now. You defend, you attack, you defend. Then we auto battle. So yeah, Rydia and Edward defend, and Cecil attacks. It takes about 13 attacks to kill Antlion. And we need to make sure that Rydia is taking a nap while that happens, so that Cecil and Edward get a little bit more XP. And we actually do want Edvard to survive. So he's higher leveled for the Fabul fights. Where he actually will do something. So it's not gonna be all Cecile this entire run, I promise.
So at this point, the sad thing about Riddy is that as she gains level, she learns new spells. And right at the start, there's an awful lot that she can do, similarly to some of the other characters, whereas Cecil is an absolute powerhouse. And we were able to pick up a more powerful sword for him in the cave where we fought Octomom. Edward has got a harp naturally as the bard, and different harps will be able to do different things, so that's going to be a gimmick that he'll potentially be able to bring to the team. He's also really good at throwing daggers if you're able to pick those up.
Yeah, but unfortunately in this version we don't. But we did beat Antlion, so that's nice. Speaking of harp, let's get rid of that and use emergency exit to leave. So Ria can actually be useful there. She can summon the Chocobo. The problem is that the Chocobo has such a long animation that it's on average faster to just beat the fight with Cecile. It's not by much. So like if you want to, you can. If you really want to use Ria, you can. The Chocobo. I used to for the longest time, and then recently I timed it, and I was like, okay, that animation takes like 5 seconds each, and it saves like a couple of attacks. So it's not really worth it, but really, I mean, it can help. But yeah, we bring the Sand Ruby to Rosa so she can recover. And yeah, I removed all the equipment from Edward for 2 reasons. First of all, he will be faster, so faster ADB gain. And second of all, his unarmed weapon animation is faster than the harp animation. So his animations in the next fight will be faster. And because his ADB is faster, he will get, or the enemy in the next fight will get 1 fewer turn than than it would with the armor on. So 2 reasons makes this fight a couple of seconds faster. I mean, I guess a couple of seconds overall, including the time it takes to remove the equipment. But yeah, this is the only fight in the game we fight without Cecile. Oh, I defended. My bad. But yeah, this fight ends when you do 3 attacks. I guess the enemy still only got 2 attacks in because we were faster. But yeah, you just fight 3 times. Doesn't matter what damage you do. Even if you have a harp, you deal like 50 damage with 1 attack, but it doesn't matter. It still takes 3 attacks to finish the fight. Or if you do 1 damage without the weapon, it's still the same. So doesn't matter. But yeah, now everything's good. We are heading to Fabul, which we've learned is the next target of the Red Wings. I think Rosa was able to tell us that because he heard so in the in Baron, and that's why she was in Kaipo in the first place. Yeah, now we head to the Mount Hobbs, I think this is called. But there is this huge block of ice blocking our way. And Ria could use fire, but she doesn't want to because her village was burned down, so she doesn't like fire. But Rosa convinces her to use the spell, and she does and learns fire. Yay!
Character growth.
It's actually, if you level up Iridia a lot, it's actually possible that she learns Fire-Raga before she learns fire, which is funny. And we were one step away from an encounter skip, and then it's an ambush. So if you get an encounter on the same tile that you enter a new screen, that encounter gets skipped in the Pixar Master versions. So if I had gotten the encounter one step later, that encounter wouldn't have happened, but unlucky. Or I guess never lucky. And then now it's time for Yang to make us proud. So the damage in this fight is random, and you can finish this fight. Like, you can't control Yang, but you can. This fight can be faster if we get good damage on the front Domovoi, who took 26 damage on the first hit. You need to deal at least 55 damage to kill. And then the second kick... Now, if we do that, then the second kick will kill. The top one will always die, but unfortunately low roll, and we have to do that. It's more likely for the Goblin to survive than to die, so this is the expected result, but still. Oh well. And here you don't attack, you don't attack, you attack, you attack, you defend. Okay. Then we wait. So, Mom Bomb, we just have Cecil and Yang attack. Cecil deals the majority of the damage because the bomb is weak to Dark Element, and Cecil's attack is Dark Elemental. But yeah, once we deal enough damage, changes forms. And I want to Hourglass, kick Darkness. So Hourglass inflicts stop on all of them, so they can't do anything. Oh, I did not mean to do that, but whatever. Yeah, that's one bomb. That fight can get like if I had had better HP going into the final phase, I would have saved the Hourglass for later. But the final phase can get dangerous if you're low HP, so I decided to not to. Then we remove everything from Cecil except the sword again. Remove everything from her, and no, we equip the bow and the holy arrow on Edward. So there will be enemies that are weak to holy, so Edward will actually be useful with the bow. And I removed everything from Rosa and Cecil so that they will be faster. Rosa is mainly just to get rid of the bow, so I can give it to Edward. But also, like, it makes me a little bit faster in the escapes here. Cecil, you want to be faster for the Fabul fights. We did get an encounter. But yeah, it's it makes the escapes faster as well. We want to have the sword on him though for the fights, so he will deal damage. And I went to grab some items before talking to the king here. And here you have to be really careful, because if you say the game defaults to no on this next time I get asked, if you say no, then you have to watch his cutscene from the beginning again. You just leave the room and then you have to watch. Then the cutscene starts over from the beginning. They're explaining the exact same things to the king and stuff again. But yeah, we did say yes. Okay. And so we got our first turn, which was nice. Use Antarctic Wind, and then that was good. Before the fights, I went to grab some chests. I got an Antarctic Wind, Zeus's Wrath, and Bomb Fragment. They cast Blissara, Tandara, and Fyra respectively. And I will use them on the shoulder fights to one-shot them. You can do without, you can just attack them as well. and just keep going to get those items. I'm not actually sure which one is faster on average, but this one is usually at least it's safer. And we got the first turn as well. It's nice to get the first turn because their animations are quite long. So if you take too long and don't get the item off before they get a turn, it can take a while, or you lose a couple of seconds. But so it's nice that we got some good damage. I think that Edward attack would have been a one-shot, so unlucky, I guess. This is good. Good fight here. That's good. Worst thing that can happen here is that Edward gets to critical HP and then he hides away, and then you have one fewer. One fewer character to deal damage, but hey, that was really good Fable fights. Like I got them first. All the soldier fights didn't get a turn, which is really nice and quite rare. But yeah. So then we fight Kane next. And the thing about this is there are two ways to deal with this. You can either have Cecil attack himself to and kill himself, or you can have Cecil defend. I think it's Cecil to defend because you can damage roll and fail to deal enough damage for Cecil to die. So, and then that's just slower. So I just defend because it's almost as fast. And yeah, here we meet Golbez. So Golbez is the leader of the Red Wings, and he's here to show his powers and take the crystal and stuff. And he orders Kane to get the crystal. Kane is working for Golbez now, and Rosa is saying something, and Golbez is like, "Oh, this woman is important to you. For some reason, it's important to Kane," and kidnaps Rosa as well for good measure. So they get the crystal and the girl, and Kane taunts us a little bit, and for some reason they didn't do anything to Rydia, so Rydia will just heal us all.
So that football gauntlet can be quite scary at times. You might have noticed when Zero was going into the tower that he didn't actually heal himself at all. And if you looked at his stats before he'd gone in, he actually had some really low HP bars. But Final Fantasy IV is really good when it comes to key character and story moments of giving you full heals. So it's really good to know at the points when you actually need to do that and when the game does it for you. And with those like AoE damaging against the soldiers, if you get bad luck, and like you said, if Edward does get hit and goes down into critical HP and then hides, you just can't take actions with him. You can just show and he hides and show and hide, and it can just start to, because it's about maybe 6 fights back to back, and you can't do anything in between. You can't heal in between. So if it starts to go badly, it can just go really, really badly from there. So really nice to have those items to use, and it was a really clean football gauntlet.
Yeah,
because it's definitely, I mean, certainly on the original, one of the scariest parts in the run.
Oh yeah, it's not particularly scary in this one, but Edward, especially the way I do it, where Edward has no equipment at all for the, well, I guess he has the bow, but he doesn't have any armor. Edward is, he can really easily go to low HP and then go into hide mode, or even die. I mean, it's better if he dies than he's at critical HP, because then at least he's not hiding every fight.
Waste turns.
Yeah, but yeah, it doesn't happen often, but it sometimes does happen. So it's a little bit risky, I guess, but it's not too bad. So, but yeah, we head to Baron now to retrieve our retrieve Rosa and the crystals. So we take a ship there, and unfortunately the ship owners don't know that this is a pixel remaster and you can actually move sideways or diagonally. So they just go in like straight directions.
Quite right.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Like they could have just gone down left, but they go just left and then down. I don't know. Maybe they would even be able to avoid this from happening if they knew that they could go diagonally, but I don't know. Either way, holy mackerel! It's the ruler of the deep. It's Leviathan. Yeah. Everyone panics. It's Leviathan attacking the ship. So I guess so much for smooth sailing. And for some reason, Rydia just falls overboard, and Yang jumps after him, and then Edward falls, and Cecil just stands there, and then we go into this whirlpool. I'm sure we will be fine, and nobody was hurt in this at all. But we are separated from the others, and we find ourselves on the beach. And yeah, we can't find anyone else, but we do see a town, so let's see where we are. Oh, look, it's the place where we killed all those innocent people. I'm sure they will be helpful and sell us stuff, right? So we buy some more weapons, so they definitely can't suspect us from trying to kill anyone else. But yeah, we bought a flame rod, a crossbow, a couple of wizard's hats, and a light shield. Which is odd, because Cecil can't equip any of those, as he is the Dark Knight.
Yeah,
So
we just lost our mage. What are all these magic items?
I have no idea. I might have just gone crazy. But yeah, we go to the Elder. We apologize for the atrocities we did at the beginning of the game, like 42 minutes ago. I'm sure they have forgotten all about it by now. It's been so long. But yeah, we get these twins that are. We are sent to, like, if we want to redeem ourselves, we need to become paladin and stuff, and we get accompanied by these guys. But yeah, we will go and use the shop here, and this is the shop where we sell everything. Mesh rod, yeah, can go bow, can go. Yeah, this can go. This can go. This can go. This can go. These. That we don't need. No, we don't need those. We don't need those either. We don't need that. We don't need those, and we don't need the dark gloves. But we do need healing items. Something like that and like that. Okay. So we bought some potions, high potions, and Phoenix Downs. That will get through us for a good portion of the game. I will have to buy some more later, but yeah. But yeah, here I guess is a good demonstration of how the equipment affects your ATB speed. So, like, Palom and Porom have their equipment, and Cecil does not. So you can see how much faster Cecil's ATB bar charges in the fight that I'm running away from. Because he doesn't have the equipment weighing him down. Hey, we have fire, and now we have a mage to get rid of the fire. Yay! But yeah, our mission here is to become a paladin, and forget about our dark knight past. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know how Golbez knows. I'm guessing Fireflies, but he is.
Well, he got too close to Sin. What?
Yeah, something like that. He is sending Scarmillion to after us to stop us from becoming a paladin. Oh, we get ambushed.
I know. I think the big thing not to forget is that in Pixel Remaster, they brought back the guillotine for Rosa.
Yeah.
So on the English versions for Super Nintendo, they decided it was too dangerous to have such a sharp blade above a fair lady, so they changed it to a wrecking ball, famously known for doing less damage.
Oh, that's why I say that. Okay. I was very confused because I hadn't played like, well, I played only I've never played the SNES version. I've only played the this one, and I played the iOS version, and I don't remember at all how it was in the 3D versions. But when I read from somewhere that it's a wrecking ball, and I'm like, oh, I did not look. That looked more like a guillotine than the wrecking ball to me. But okay, I guess if you say it's a wrecking ball, it's a wrecking ball. So I just thought it was a weird looking ball. Perm went down. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I should get an encounter before the fight, right? Yeah. One step before the fight again, and Alan went down again. Well, I actually have to heal before this. This is actually yeah, I think that's fine. Nah, I'll use. That's fine. I shouldn't have done the Pelham heal. I thought, or Prom heal, I thought it would deal more. Oh well. Then we fight Scarmillion. We use a bone fragment to get rid of the dude. Comment. Fortunate.
So for those who haven't noticed yet, Palom and Porum happen to be twins, and one of the abilities that they've got in the game when you've got them together is twin cast. So when you use that, depending on which one you target it with, will depend on what spell gets used. But I'm guessing that is it just completely random in this version for what spell they do with twin?
It's a. Okay. Okay, he's still not dead, huh? Okay. That's weird. Like, it's a 75% chance to be Comet and... Or sorry, Pyro, and 25% chance to be Comet.
Right.
In this one. That was weird. Like, I got Pyro on the second one. That still wasn't enough, but hey, I got all XP to Cecil. Now I just hope that Cecil survives this. Nice. So, we get the XP for one character, and it's Cecil. So we got a lot of XP for Cecil. That's a really good thing because Cecil's XP is going to be really important here, as his level will get reset to 0, or sorry, to 1 when he becomes Paladin right here. But we still wanted all XP to Cecil because how XP in this game works is that for the characters that have been in your party and have left your party, but will join later, they will also be gaining XP, and they will be gaining the XP that your characters gain. So if I gain only one character gets full XP, then the other characters also gain the full XP from these fights. But if I had 2 characters alive, they would only get half XP as well as these characters. So I wanted only 1 character to survive, so that the party members like Rosa, Kane, Yang, Rydia would also get the XP, if that makes sense, the full XP. So even though Cecil's level gets reset here, it was still good that he got all the XP. And I wanted Cecil to be the one alive because I'm now going to want to level up Cecil. And if I had someone else alive, I would have to get rid of them as well. Like Cecil gets fully healed here anyway. But for Cecil to be alone in the party, I would have to get rid of the other party member if I chose to get XP for Cecil. So it saves me a little bit of time for Cecil to be the only one alive instead of anyone else. There are some routes that use Boron, but they skip the grind here. There are like 3 different routes that people use. Oh, right. I forgot the menu. Sure, it will be fine, right? I'm not gonna die this fight, right? Right?
Surely not.
Yeah, we're dying. Fine. We can... Yeah, okay, never mind. It's fine. There are autosave. No, not that. Oh, is that really... There's no autosave? Oh, there's no autosave. Okay, I guess we're doing Charmeleon again. It's fine.
So it's a very interesting choice just while we're catching up. So you've just got Palom and Porum. It seems like a really odd choice that you wouldn't want to level these clearly very powerful mages that we'll have in the game.
Yeah, surely they will be fine the whole game like everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's because we've got Tala back. If you didn't notice, whenever we go into the mirror room and we discover ourselves and become Paladin Cecil, Tala also learns the ability Meteor, which is going to be fundamentally important into beating the game, because it's well known that you cannot beat any boss in this game, really, in the final dungeon if you don't cast Meteor.
Yep. It's part of the lore. Yeah, if there are any messages now, as we are redoing this, now would be a good time to do
yeah. So I can tell you a bit about Mind, what we're actually raising money for, and it is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues. Mind strives to provide support to individuals and families facing mental health challenges, and all of your donations will go to Mind. So yeah, that's a good cause.
Have we got any incentives coming up that people can donate for that we want to get going?
Actually, good question. Let me check.
Are you doing a music bid war, Zero?
Yeah, we did that on the original one, that one, the music one. But we should also have a one for beating Odin.
Ooh.
Which is an optional boss in this game, if I recall correctly.
I think he's optional, yeah.
Well, I was more mentioning about
that should be a thing, yeah.
If that was the incentive, but
yeah, you're right. The goal was 150 and it was hit by only 3 people, so they really want to see you beat it.
Oh, nice. That is very nice. So thank you, everyone.
How much to do Bahamut in space?
That probably takes too long. We could do that. That wouldn't be a hard fight. Right. We optimize here and equip the crossbow and holy arrow. Put Cecil in the back row, so what happened last time doesn't happen again. And then we don't do that. And okay, we are defend again. I forgot again. But yeah, we want to kill encounters here to get Cecil to not be level 1 again. Although even though he's at level 1, he still has 600 HP, which is like quite nice. So Cecil now is Paladin. Paladin's thing is that he automatically protects low HP characters. So yeah, from one encounter we got 10 levels because we were level 1 and we don't really need much XP to get the remaining levels. Yeah, sure. Okay, so I have one bomb fragment that I can use at any fight. But there is an encounter that has like 7 zombies. That would be the best place to use it. But we'll see if we get that one. Also, we're hoping to see any Liliths, because Liliths are... You can one-shot them with a high potion, and they give a lot of XP, and it's only one enemy, so the fight doesn't take quite as long as this. But we'll see if we see any of those encounters. I likely will use the bomb fragment at some point anyway, even if I don't get the one encounter. In fact, I'm kind of hoping I don't see that encounter because it's quite slow and doesn't give that much XP. But I'm still saving the bomb fragment in case I do get that encounter. But yeah, I guess one thing about Pixar Remaster versions as well is that there is no like RNG manipulation or anything like that. So we are relying on like just luck to whether we get the encounters and stuff. So like actual RNG, not like step route or anything. Why am I getting this encounter every time? This gives like not that much XP, so I might be very low on XP, but then again, I did get full XP from both the Scarmillion fights, so maybe we will hit our XP numbers anyway. For Rosa, I mean, Cecil might be underleveled, but it's fine. Oh, we got Lilith, that's good. This is the best encounter in terms of XP, because it has 2 enemies and the Lilith. Oh, we got Lily for it as well. I have no idea what that does, but we have that. Can sell it for money or something. Okay, this is the last encounter, so I'll just use bomb fragment to kill it. And we got level 19, which is nice. Cecil learns teleport. Now we can... no, not load. Phoenix down Tela. And we don't need to heal Tela. Phoenix down leaves you with 10% of your max HP, but that's fine because Cecil, as a paladin, will protect Tela. So it's fine. Yeah, we chocobo to Mysidia. And we go tell the Elder that, hey, we succeeded, we became a paladin, can you forgive us now? And we have more wall of text.
So now that we've looked deep within ourselves and repented for our sins, is it time to then fix the mistakes of our past?
Yep.
I think it might be time to return home.
Yep. But how do we get home?
You find the Leviathan and you ride it straight into Baron Castle.
Right. That. Okay, so now...
It's gotta be.
Can you guys let us know where the Leviathan is and how we can ride him to the Baron?
It's actually really interesting, like, because, I mean, I know where Leviathan is. I don't know how it gets there, though.
Yeah,
It's not the way we do.
I have no idea either. But I mean... Yeah, Palam and Purim were ordered to continue the studies, but they really wanted to stick around, so yay, we get to keep party members. And yeah, we have this mysterious Devil's Road that we can take all the way to Baron, I guess.
Cool.
Or maybe we are riding Leviathan. Who knows?
It's also fun that it can't go diagonally either.
But I mean, that could be just a road. Maybe it's L-shaped road. We just never get to see it. But what we do get to see is in.
More party members.
Hey, it's Yang! He somehow survived. And he's somehow evil. And we defend, and we cast Bio. So I guess we need to smack him in the head or something, but first we need to defend and reason with him. So, I guess... we need to wait for 2 kicks and then defend once after a non-turn from Yang. I think that's what it is, because you see the ATB pause at some point, and then that's where you can attack and bring Yang into his senses. It came at a very unusual time. Like, I guess the ATB speeds were a little bit weird in that fight. That was different from what I'm used to, but it worked. But yeah, we then go and rest. The innkeeper is happy that we dealt with the guards. Like, that's another thing about this game, is that the innkeepers always seem to have a good excuse to let us stay in the inn for free. Like, I think this is the 3rd time in this game already. First time was with Rydia, like with the Rydia when she was looking not too good. Then was in Fabul when we were resting after the fight, and now this one. Here we buy a couple of weapons, Thunderclaw and Iceclaw, and then we buy some armor. We have 4 headbands and 2 Kembogis. Headbands give you immunity to confuse, so we want to be protected from that. They also give some strength, so they boost our damage a little bit, which is nice. Then Kembogis are mostly for... how many ambushes am I getting this run? Well, at least they got rid of Porum for me. But yeah, Kembogis give you nice defense and, more importantly, more strength. Another ambush. Game's really not liking me today. But yeah, I'm keeping the twins in the front row because I don't really need them for the next fight. Go here. Switch those and switch rows. And we optimize and optimize. Oh, I guess I was supposed to do that as well. Hey, we equipped the Lilith Rod. Maybe it's more powerful. Alright, then this fight, we attack and attack Thundaga. Okay, we got rid of the arm, that's the most important thing. The arm can paralyze my party members, which is really awkward if that happens, either on Cecil or Yang. and then we focus on the body. I believe he regenerates the arms if you kill both of them, so we leave the second one alive. Then we use Tandaga, which causes him to use Reflect on himself, and then and dealt a lot of damage as well. And then he uses Haste on us because he was reflected. Okay. That's pretty perfect, actually. Means I actually can go to the next fight without healing. Because now they're both on critical HP, Cecil will protect both Tela and Yang. So they're not in risk of dying from physical attacks. And Cecil has good enough HP to survive the physical attack as well. This fight shouldn't take long. Ideally, this Tandaga will kill, but it might not. Oh, that's good damage.
Good.
Nice, nice. Very nice.
So this is where our entire world has been flipped, turned upside down, because our previous captain turns out to be a snake monster, and then the previous king turns out to be one of the elemental fiends. So
Yeah.
that's now 2 we've taken down, and
Yeah.
Scarmiglio and Cagnazzo.
And here, Sid joins the party. But hold on, we can't have 6 party members, can we?
I did previously say 5 was the maximum.
Yeah.
But I mean, Palom and Porm are small, so maybe they can just like stack 2 people in a trench coat.
Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. Oh, but oh no, it's a trap. We are trapped by this room.
This ever-shrinking room.
Yeah. And what's the best way to deal with that? I guess Palom and Porm turn themselves into stone statues. But this is not FF3. We don't need any stone statues. I guess we Asuna them. What? The statue has blood protection?
And now we're going to quest to get the super soft.
Yeah. And we are locked in that room forever. Like, we didn't get a key to get out of.
Bad ending, the end.
Yeah, we are now playing as Golbez.
Oh, that would be so cool if you just go into bad mode after.
Yeah. Like that one Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah. Doesn't get better than the third age.
Yeah. Hey, we somehow got out. What trickery is this? Why didn't we not do that the first time?
I don't know, this Sid guy, he seems shady to me.
Yeah, probably a bad guy. I mean, it would be cool if they made an evil Sid. If they made a game with evil Sid, that would be the best game ever.
Surely they wouldn't do it twice.
No. If they do it twice, then it's no longer
It's too much.
Doing it first time makes the best game ever, but doing it again, it's okay, but it's not the best game ever anymore. But yeah. If you want to say a game with Evil Sid, then there will be some in on Friday, if I recall correctly. Yeah, we got to Troya Castle and let's just explore around. Oh hey, there's Edward, so he survived too. I guess Leviathan wasn't as powerful as expected.
So now the only person we need to collect is Meridia.
Yeah. I'm sure she will be waiting for us in the... I'm sure Edward will join the party here. We are missing a party member, right?
It's true, yeah.
Although, I don't know if we want Edward anyway. He would just hide away. But yeah, he doesn't join the party, but he gives us the twin harp, which I'm sure it's useful because we have a lot of bards in our party that can play that.
Hey, if everyone can wield a bow, then surely everyone can wield a harp.
Yeah. Now the best music. Okay, that was it.
Never to be heard again.
I mean, I think we hear it on the way back as well.
Yeah.
Wait, how does... Okay. Something is wrong with my equipment. Yang shouldn't be alive here, or non-paralyzed, but it's fine. We have more people to run away, so I guess I won't complain. But I do need to fix that before the fight. But I guess it's because I forgot to remove the equipment from the twins. So Optimize didn't give Tela the... or Yang the... our metallic equipment. So we pick up an hourglass and the spider silk here. Okay, I guess so much for our second runner, but it's fine. It is more than enough to get you through this dungeon. But yeah, I guess the gimmick of this dungeon is that if you have metallic equipment on, then you are permanently paralyzed. So what we're going to do before the boss is we are going to equip metallic equipment on everyone. Okay. Because that will make us powerful. Or, I mean, it could also just kill us. Sure. Whatever works. I also wasted an ether there. I only needed to use one on Tela. But it's fine. I usually get more ethers than I need anyway. And I can pick up our next train a cave if I really want to. I like go past it right. I go right past it anyway, so it's gonna be fine. But I don't even need to pick up that one. I've never really paid attention to how many ethers I actually need. And I think it varies sometimes, depending on how certain fights go. Yeah, the Twin Harp breaks the spell. I kind of need to Phoenix down Yang here as well. Heal up a little bit. I don't need to heal the full. I do want to give you the Ruby Ring though. The Ruby Ring prevents you from getting turned into a pig. Just so to make sure that Tela can cast spells. So this guy's weak to light, so we have Cecil's. Cecil is really powerful here. Fine. Cecil is a pick anyway. We can hourglass the Dark Dragon here, so he can't do anything. Tela can die. It can defend. We actually got a Yang kill here. Okay. We take that. But yeah, I killed off Tela, so to get more XP for everyone again. Oh, I guess we do need I guess we need to revive Tela then. Do I just... Yeah, I guess I turn Cecil back to normal. And teleport out. That's probably the best. And now he can fly through the mountain. That I'm not controlling him. That was so rude that I'm actually going to get the regular Chocobo rather than the black Chocobo.
Oh.
It is actually a little bit faster, like the regular here.
Yeah, they don't move about as much as they do in the Nintendo version.
Yeah.
So the teleport spell effectively does the same thing that the emergency exit did earlier on in the run. Emergency exit wasn't introduced until, I think the first version was the GBA of PS or FF1 or something like that. Didn't exist in the olden versions. So teleport's one spell to exit the original, but then also there's a black magic spell called Warp that takes you to the previous floor.
Yep.
So sometimes it's fast to leave the entire dungeon. Sometimes you can't actually use the exit spell, so Warp will actually get you out faster.
Oh. I think that there's no point in the any percent run that we use Warp, but in the all bosses category we do use Warp sometimes.
Yeah, I was just in the original. There's one time you use Warp for an exploit, so it's a glitch that you wouldn't have in Pixel Remaster. But then, yeah, in all bosses to get out of the likes of Sealed Cave, because exit doesn't work, so you have to warp back the floors.
Huh. I guess that doesn't work in this version, because we would definitely do that. It did. Now I'm like, now I really want to revive Redia and test if it works.
Yeah, there are definitely 2 dungeons in all bosses that we warp out of. One's definitely Sealed Cave. Don't remember what the other one is.
No. Do anything here?
Flame Dog.
Yeah, this just had a flame sword in it, which I wanted. Going down is fine. There's also a route that goes, like before coming here, it goes to Eblan to get some stuff like the mute bow and the bomb arm, I think it's called. But I don't do that. I'm not sure. Like, it makes the next fight a lot faster, but it's a side trip to a whole different area and stuff. I don't know. It might be worth it, might not be. It's probably not worth it. I don't know. But it is a different route if you want to use it. It makes the next fight a lot easier and faster, but I want to pick up the Gaia Hammer there instead. I think that route skips the Gaia Hammer. I'm not sure. I haven't ran that in ages. But yeah, the next fight is the Magus Sisters. They're weak to the Mute Arrow, so that's why, or Mute Bow, so that's why it's gotten in the other route. We do that. Phoenix down Tela. Heal. That was not enough, so I'll high potion. Oh, I think I need to also... yes, I need to Ether Tela. And remove all Flame Rod and... Guess we Lilith Rod.
You're really considering it. I better get my money's worth out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I got it. So, like, I had to check. Like, that's probably the Lilith Rod is probably the reason why I actually killed the one shot at the Gagnasso as well. Like, I dealt so much damage. It's probably because of the Lilith Rod. I just realized. I just hope I don't deal too much damage here. But if I do, actually, it might save me... I'll definitely high potion now. Okay, yeah, that's... Okay, good. Raid. Oh, no. That's... whatever. Whatever. Didn't mean to use it on front one, and I did not mean to use the high potion either. I keep forgetting that he's on high potion.
Sid's just a good healer.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I guess I'll eat her till then. Okay. Worked out in the end, but that was not definitely not the ideal fight. And I used an extra ether. Now I'll definitely grab the extra ether in the sealed cave. Yeah, I guess the story is that we did get the Earth Crystal to trade for Rosa, but yeah, Stella attacks Golbez, and actually this damage I think matters because I think it carries over to the actual fight against Golbez later, because Golbez is like Bestiary Entry says that he has 21,000 HP, but we kill him by dealing only like 4,000 HP, so I think all of this damage that Tella here does actually count towards that. But yeah, impossible. But yeah, if there's a little bit of time here now, so if there's any donations or anything, now would be a good time to.
Yes, thank you. We have 15 euros from Angry Light saying, "Hello from your friend across the sea. Mental health is important and something that affected me quite a lot growing up. Here's to support those in the who in the Netherlands who are struggling get the support they need. Also, let's go to space and beat Bahamut. Metako has to assist in the fight though. Good luck and have fun with the run."
Okay.
Well, beating Bahamut would not be the problem. The problem would be getting there and beating all the behemoths on the way.
Yeah, they're brutal. Like, they one tap really easily. I assume you would be doing Excalibur, I don't even remember what you call the guy, Edge for that, because that's what I do, and I don't know how you'd beat it otherwise. Or do you do like jump strats for Bahamut?
Well, for Bahamut, we can just reflect the Giga Flare.
Okay, great, yeah, good
fine.
game.
Although I don't think in the current route Rosa gets high enough level to learn it, so right. I would just jump. I would probably just jump over it with Kane. But the behemoths, I can't really do that. So, unfortunately, that's out of the question. unless I do the grind, but but that would be like extra.
It's not in the scope of the estimate, is it?
No.
15's no time at all.
I mean...
Sorry, I'm the worst person for this.
Extra 15 plus the time it takes to beat all the whole dungeon and stuff. So
what you're saying is if we reach 1,500 euros by space, we're doing Bahamut?
Well...
That's what I heard. I could be wrong. I mean, in my old age.
If it was up to me, we could do that, but I think the organizers might have something to say about it. Just let me know if I need to do that, and I will. Right. Equipment. Crossbow, holy arrow, even though it doesn't matter. Yang gets prisoner's wear for sleep immunity, and so I can equip Kimbogi for him, and so then I can equip infernal armor on him. Oh, Kane also needs the headband. And we have Rosa now, so Rosa can heal the party to full, and then we take one step to the next fight. So you need to do that menu immediately, otherwise you go to the fight without your stuff. Okay, here Rosa will berserk. Okay, we learned blink already, which is nice. You defend. I guess we are not doing things like haste. Oh well, I guess we'll haste you then instead. This fight, I don't actually really understand how the mechanics work, but I just know that she alternates between the forms. So if Metako, I would be more than happy to.
Well, I assume it works the same, and this is the original version. So the idea is that every X amount of turns or actions, what Barbaricha or Valvalis will do is alternate between the whirlwind form and the normal one. So using jump is how you would get her out of that. There's like if you just attack, she'll counter you. She's also got an ability to turn you to stone. And then that will take a certain amount of turns for you to become fully petrified, and she can cast that on anyone, even someone who's already got the stone status. So generally what you want to do, or what you would typically think about, is that you would manage your turns to make sure that Kain is always jumping when she's going to turn into the whirlwind form, and then once she's out of it, then you can spam attacks with the other ones. That's generally the approach that you would go in for. So for example, in the Super Nintendo version, we'll actually use slow spell with Rosa to manipulate the speed, and then also with Kain, depending on what level he comes into the fight with. Ideally you want level 19. So then you would be able to jump immediately at the start with a run buffer. So again, the idea before of doing all those fights with one character to get the experience. So now that Kain and Rosa have come back, they're like considerably more powerful than they would have been if other characters had been alive in earlier fights.
Yeah, we got to like level 23 Rosa, and well, I'm not sure what level Kain is, but I assume it's about the same. I did notice someone went from level 21 to 22, but I think that was Yang or Cecil. Because I don't think Kain... Oh, sorry, no, not Yang, because Yang was dead, right? So it was probably Cecil or Sid. But it's fine, regardless. We got level 23 for Rosa, which is the important part. That means that she learned Blink for Galgabrina. Galgabrina is one of the most dangerous fights in this run. It's the next fight we are going to have. And having Blink on that helps a lot. But yeah, she needs to be level 23, and she's usually not. Or it's probably about 50-50 on my runs, whether she's level 23 or not. But in this run where we got full XP from both Skarmleon fights, I was pretty confident that we would hit that. Especially after we got the Lilith as well. So yeah, we have to figure out how to get under into the underworld now. And of course, what we do is we throw a rock into a well. That's obviously what the game intended us to do. With I don't think there's any indication in the game that you have to do this, but I could be wrong.
All they were talking about were these dark crystals that apparently suddenly arrive.
Yeah,
like a genius concept for a Final Fantasy.
Yeah, never done before this game. Except the previous one.
This is actually, Rick, really important. So with the diagonal movement and things like that there, in the underworld, obviously you can see there's magma and lava around the space. This current airship is very clearly made out of brittle wood, and if we were to fly directly over the lava, it would actually just disintegrate and burst into flames. So it's really important that we stay on the land.
Yeah. But of course, we would fly straight into a battlefield because why not? And we clearly in the cutscene we can fly over lava. So I don't know what's the problem.
Sorry, I've lied openly to everyone. It's like the chocobo being able to fly over the mountain thing. Like the game makes its own rules in the cutscenes.
Yeah, like cutscenes have different rules. Like Asuna not working on petrified characters just because they chose to do it by themselves. But if you choose to petrify yourself in the actual fight, then you can use Asuna to cure that. I assume at least. Or otherwise, it might just be that Tella doesn't know how to heal characters, but a different thing. Here we swap these two, remove all that, and equip headband on Rosa. So Rosa is immune to confuse as well. So we swapped Sid and Kane. Sid is going to lead the party now. We don't need him in the front row anymore, and we put Kane in the front row for some extra damage for the next fight. Kane's jump doesn't care about the row, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't. We probably would have him in a front row if it did. But so we put Kane in the front row because he's actually going to be attacking in the first part of this next fight. And yeah, Rose just got the headband for confuse immunity. Because this next fight can confuse you, and that's why we got the 4 headbands. But we were equipping them earlier for the strength boost that they give, but now it's just for the confuse protection. So everyone has the headband now. Sid left the party, so we're only 4 people. And there are 4 enemies, so wait, it's not 4. For sure, attack. Oh, accidentally defending.
So you may remember an earlier fight where we had 6 bombs in the battle, and there were 3 blue bombs and 3 red bombs, and Zero killed them all at the same time. And here we've got 3 blue babies and 3 red babies. But I see you're choosing not to kill them all at the same time.
We are going to fight Golgobrina.
Oh! So there's a really cool mechanic in the Calbrana fight where if you do kill the last red and blue doll within the same turn, then the fight will end and it doesn't transform into Calcabrana.
Don't mean to do that. I would prefer if Yang would have died there, but well. But yeah, Blink makes things miss, so that's good, and we managed to beat Calcabrina. So the problem with this fight is that if Calcabrina survives with like less than 100 HP, then he will revert back to the 6 dolls, and those 6 dolls would again be at full HP, and you're not surviving that. So like you just have to hope that you don't hit the damage, or you can calculate damage, but the fight is so fast in Pixel Remaster that at least I don't have the time to do that. so I just go and pray. But usually it works out. But if it doesn't, then it probably doesn't work for like 3 fights in a row and you reset the run. So here's a trick that you can do is you can have Kane jump and then he doesn't get killed by this cutscene because he's in the air. So you can have 2 characters instead of 1. And And it's funny if both Rosa and Yang are dead and you do that, and then the Shadow Dragon comes and does the ice, or Golbez does the ice bind, and then summons the dragon and nothing happens. Like the dragon doesn't do anything. But yeah, hey, Golbez is down.
Woo. So if you weren't to jump with Kane in that fight, it can get pretty hairy because X-Death. Golbez can do a lot of damage. So if Kane wasn't a high enough level, I don't actually know how it functions in this one, but in the original, if he's not a high enough level, he will be fast enough to be able to jump before Golbez gets the first action. And then it's a DPS race, and you just have to hope that you win.
Yeah. But in this version, like, the fight is not really that scary. The only part, if you fail the jump skip, because you do have to time it, so you can fail it. I actually I base it off on my timer usually, but now I didn't have my timer, so I was like, I just went with the flow, with the feeling of it. So I was a little bit nervous if I would get it, but it was fine. Like if you don't get jump skip, then the you still how do I have so much money? Did I forget to buy something? No, that was correct. Okay. But yeah, it's only dangerous if Cecil, like for example, if Cecil dies in the Kalgabrina fight and then you fail the jump skip, then you're basically dead. Or if he's at really low HP or something and you fail the skip, then you can die, but otherwise it's fine. And also Rydia joined the party. So yeah.
She's a really good sorceress now.
Yeah, and you can change who you run as, like just by pressing L1 and R1. But Rydia is my favorite character in this game, so I play as her after I get her into the party.
You can also see that her character model has changed. You can see she's grown since the last time we saw her.
So she explains that she's been in the Passage of the Eidolon, or Land of the Eidolons, and time there flows faster than in the normal world. So she's now a lot older than she used to be. I'm trying to save a little bit of frames by turning on the auto battle for the enemy animations there. I do that if my ATB is not full, but if it is full, then I risk accidentally doing all my animations and losing a lot of time. So I only do it when it's when my own ATBs aren't full. So now that both Rosa and Rydia are in critical HP, I decided to swap the Rosa, and of course I get a back attack immediately. But yeah, now that's because Cecil will protect both of them, and they are in the front row, so every physical attack now hits back row character. If I get hit by enemies, so... And Cecil likes to dodge hits as well, so that's really nice. Oops. But grab a Dryether there. Dryether heals your MP to full, if I recall correctly. Or maybe it's 150 or something, I don't know. But it's enough. We do Rydia gets Lilith Rod and Wizard Hat, I guess. You get Cat Claw and Power Armlet, and Kane gets the Dwarven Axe. Then I'll heal to full. And then we fight these, or we see these guys, some mysterious cloak fellow and some crazy doctor. And here we fight, it's basically like a Frankenstein's monster. So we fight Barnabas and the Doctor. And in this fight, if you kill the Doctor, or if you kill Barnabas before the Doctor, he will turn into Barnabas Z. And I actually don't want to do that, so I want to kill the Doctor first. So I'll be targeting the Doctor, and then the Barnabas apparently self-destructs, but that's really annoying that he self-destructed on... like, he got the turn right after I killed the Doctor. We should have used the Bacchus Cider there. No. Okay.
So true to form, another human character we once knew has turned into some sort of monster.
Yep. So I went into Berserk Yang, and then yeah, Yang deals a lot of damage because this guy's weak to electric and or lightning, and Yang has the Thunder Claw, so that's very useful. And Berserk then he deals a lot of damage. Oftentimes we are poisoned at the end of the fight, but not this time, so we don't get the poison damage thingy, which is unusual. But he did heal us. Like, he poisons us and then he healed us. So
yeah, the AI script for Dr. Luge is very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in the little cutscene before, there was this fiery type creature that Dr. Luge was talking with. And so far we've beaten an earth elemental, a water elemental, and a wind elemental. And I don't know about you, but I only know 4 elements.
What about holy and dark and
That sounds very modern, very new. Don't think the games I play have invented that yet.
but there is holy and dark element in this game.
There definitely is. I mean, in fact, one of Rose's most powerful spells is, I don't know what it's called in this one, but in the original version, it's literally called White.
Yeah, and ice. There's ice too. And what are we missing as well?
All right, well, we'll just forget the fact that there's 4 elemental fiends in the game, and that's a standard thing in Final Fantasy. Great, okay.
Yeah.
There are 10 elemental fiends in this game. Oh no, another character has sacrificed himself for us. Surely we'll never see them again.
Surely. Oh, Rydia's down. Yeah, I moved switch rows again because now 3 of 3 out of 4 times that the enemies attack, then they are going to attack the back row now, because Rudy has in critical HP and will be protected by Cecil. So Rosa is the only target now for the enemies if they want to deal damage to the front row. He actually hit Cecil. I mean, it is unusual that he dodges this much, but it's just funny because they missed so many times before. Yeah. We escaped the power, but it's also a trap. But there's an airship. And it comes and saves the day. And we can again ride or go over lava with our airship.
Yep.
But we are chased by the Red Wings. Oh no. The enemy is going back and forth. I'm sure they would not be able to pass us if they just went forward and not swerved from one side to the other, but I mean, whatever works for them, I guess.
So dramatic.
But Sid does what any sane person would do in these situations and gets us to the out of the underworld and leaves us to drive the thing, I guess, and jumps down and I guess just falls really slowly and uses some explosives. And that's enough to close the entire underworld, so we can't go there anymore. And the Red Wings can't follow us back. And another character that sacrificed themselves for us. Like, I feel like this has happened before. Like, it's happened like 2 minutes ago. I don't know. But
Of course.
And of course, like, whatever. Sure. Whatever. I parked one step to... if I had done correct movement, I would have skipped the encounter. Just saying. But we go to skip the... or we go to talk to the Six underlings to...
We need an attachment for our airship.
Yeah.
It's time for an upgrade.
Basically, what we need is we need the hovercraft from way earlier, but we need to bring it to another place. But the hovercraft can't go there by itself, so we need to deliver it there with the airship. But the airship first needs some upgrades for it. So yeah, they install a grapple to the airship. And now we can go and get the hovercraft. Which is right where we left it. Right next to Fabul, or Mount Fabul. And then we bring it to Eblan. So we're in this dungeon. This dungeon, I guess this is the second time. We didn't see them in the magnetic cave, but there were these bat-like enemies, and hold on, let me sell the wind spear. Where's the other things? Oh right, I do equip first. Equip the ice brand and ice lance, so I can sell the flame sword, the Gaia hammer, buy ice shield buckler. That's one mysterious egg. But yeah, this cave has some bat enemies. It's the second cave to have them. We didn't meet them in the first time, fortunately. And hopefully we don't meet them here either. The thing about bats is that they are really fast and have a really long animation compared to just regular attacks. So it's really annoying to get them. I think I was asking for that. But yeah, I grabbed the silver hourglass and a spider silk, so I believe that's the fourth. Yeah, that's
our fourth one, yeah.
Fourth one, yes. And then we get the silver hourglass for a certain fight later on. It's like hourglass, but it's a silver hourglass. I think the difference is that it lasts longer. So here's another fight where we have it's a scripted fight that actually the damage carries over, I think. Or at least that's my theory. I haven't proven that, but there have been cases where I've been counting damage on Rubicante and it hasn't quite add up. Like I just under damaged, and then I got the kill anyway. And I believe it's because of that fight with Rubicante and Edge dealing a little bit like that. I dealt like 300 damage there to Rubicante, and I have had scenarios where I thought I missed the kill by like a couple of hundred HP, and then I got the kill anyway. So I believe it's because it carries over from that scene. But I don't know. It might be something else as well. Okay.
So Edge the Ninja knows a secret way.
Yep. We remove all Cat Claw Rune Armlet. Kane gets the Black Belt Gi and the Green Beret and the Power Armlet. Cecil gets the Ice Shield and Rydia gets the Black Robe. So now Edge is our new fast character, and his ATB charges really fast, especially with the Cat Claw, which gives him even more agility. So you can see Edge's ATB kind of zooms in the fights, even though he started way lower than the others. He was the first one to reach the full ATB, as he usually is. Not always, but usually. And again, we were one encounter away from
One step.
one step away from an encounter. Yeah, or like a forced encounter that would reset our steps. But it is what it is. This time it was my fault. At least I take some extra encounters there. So we defend 5 times in this fight. This is a scripted fight. There's nothing you can do to beat this. So we just defend because it's fastest. So these are Edge's parents who have been turned into monsters by, I believe, Dr. Lugay. So there's just some dialogue between Edge and them. And then Rubicante himself shows up. Surely this isn't like the hardest fight in the run or anything like that.
So Rubicante's got a similar mechanic to Barbaricha. So instead of having like a whirlwind cape, he's just got a fire cape. Same kind of principle.
So I will Spider Silk to slow him down. Then we want to heal already. I don't do any attacks in the first phase because, I mean, it's just better that way. It's much safer. This fight is really dangerous. Okay, so it goes. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah. I thought I would tank 2 hits. Or one hit, but he did 2. Okay. Oh, he tanked that. my potion. Perfect. Nice damage. Okay. Oh, okay. They still survived, that's fine. Alright. We're good. We're good. Okay. So now Rubicant is down. We get greeted by Etches. Etches, Etch is the Prince of Eblan, so these are the citizens of Eblan, I guess. And they come to help us in the battle, but we already won, so yay. But yeah, if there's any more messages, now would be a good time to... for them.
Yes, thank you very much. I have a note from our sponsor, Lewitt. BSG is happy with Lewitt as our premium microphone sponsor. With a focus on your needs and the help of modern and precise manufacturing techniques, Lewitt creates audio gear that makes you sound exceptional, whether you're a recording artist, content producer, or streamer, just like in our case. If you want to upgrade your stream to the next level or need an edge in the studio or live on stage, check out the extensive Lewitt library of award-winning products to find the right microphone for your budget and the needs. Also, someone asked in the chat, this is an easier or harder Final Fantasy? Maybe you can...
I would say this is one of the easier ones. Maybe there are a couple of very tricky fights, like the one we just saw, though. Like, so I would say somewhere in the middle.
This run is almost impossible. What you're seeing is a feat of extra human ability and skill. No one would dare try this in a marathon setting.
No. Yes, maybe. I would say this is the easiest one of the SNES Final Fantasies. But I think they are generally harder than the NES ones. So I would say out of the Pixel remasters, this is 4 out of 6 in terms of difficulty.
Perfect. That's it. You couldn't have said it better.
But yeah, we returned to the dwarves, and we didn't bring back their crystal. Instead, we kind of let the enemy take it. So, whoops.
I've been missing a presence in the party. I don't know about you.
Yeah. We just buy some items here. I think that's probably good enough. For the rest of the run, I probably don't need even that much, but it doesn't matter. We don't really need money anymore. But hey, it's...
Oh, look!
Sid! Who would have guessed a party member survived sacrificing themselves for our cause? And he's lying in bed. Like, it feels like I've seen a party member lying in bed before, even though when we thought they were dead. Must be my imagination. Maybe it's just that I've played this game so many times. But yeah, in terms of difficulty, I don't know. Some of the newer ones are definitely harder. Like I would say 12, 13 are the top hardest ones. Then after that, I would say it's probably 7, 6, 5. Or 7, 5 is harder than 6 if you're playing with the SNES version, but I don't know about the Pixel Master because that's the one I have not run on Pixel Master. But I would probably say that's the top 5 in terms of difficulty, and then maybe FF9 is after that, 16, 15, something like that, and then 4 is in about that group, I would say, in terms of difficulty. But of course, that can vary depending on the person or depending on the version. I've heard the 3D version of FF4 is really difficult. Right, now we can fly over lava. But this is not the way to the sealed cave.
No, somewhere very different.
This is always a fun back attack to get. And of course, the one character who stays as a frog is... Oh, they're doing it again. Good times. Like, it's not actually dangerous, it just takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's Malbros. Good thing we don't have to fight these guys. They would be tough to beat. But I mean, who would voluntarily fight a bunch of Malboros in a speedrun when they are optional? And these guys again. And yeah, you take a lot of damage when you step on these tiles. Like, we are all at 1 HP now. Gripping an ether. Whatever, King can be... King can stay down. Okay, Oh, they are silenced. Ah. That's a problem. Both of my Asuna users are silenced, I guess.
Yeah, if you kill them off and res them.
Yeah. Okay, that worked. Okay, thank you. Down. Asuna. And you, I guess. I guess you as well. I guess I'll Asuna her as well. Life. And you will Kira you. Okay, now let's quick save because that was annoying.
Wait a minute.
This is what the silver hourglass was for. Okay. I guess it's time for ether. So I want Kane to get the entire XP from this fight. But yeah, got the Avenger from that chest, and that concludes the worst Sylvan Cave I've ever had.
It was an ordeal for sure.
I've never had that happen where the both of them were silenced.
Yeah.
And that was like 2 back attacks from the Toad guys as well, like, or back attack and ambush or something like that. It's certainly a thing that happened. So the Avenger and these guys now.
Perfect.
Like these guys, they are so fast to escape from. Okay, now what we do is we revive Edge. Oh, he's a Toad. I guess we are reviving Cecile as well. Sure, well, let's not be Toad anymore. And we quick save here.
So not only does FF4 have trap chests where you've got monsters in a box, we've also got trap doors. So this dungeon uniquely, you'll find that a lot of the doors that you go to will sadly have little guests for you to defeat first. Perhaps foreshadowing of something slightly larger than the door.
Yeah. I was supposed to. Yeah. Okay, now I know what I was supposed to do. Do that and remove the armor. That would help. Okay. But yeah, I had Edge alive to help with some damage because you don't want to underdamage these guys because they will cast insta-death ability on you. So we really want to deal enough damage here. Also, since we are defeating Odin, I will go and grab the light sword here. I don't know if that's necessary, but I will do that. And I will not throw that on the boss either, which is what I would otherwise do.
Mm-hmm.
So we now are training Kane. Kane is known to be very trustworthy, so surely getting him all the levels will make him not betray us again, right?
I believe. I think we've had enough betrayal for the game.
Yeah.
Everyone's, figured it out. We're all getting on great.
I bought potions instead of high potions. That's why I was... Okay. Sure, whatever. Potions are just as fine as high potions.
Love potions. Big fan.
No wonder I was...
You had so much money?
Yeah. I was like, how am I able to buy so many? That's because they were potions and high potions. But it's fine. Okay, we got here without an encounter. That's nice. I skipped the trapdoor earlier, but I will be doing this one instead, even though it's a little bit further away. But it gives me an extra encounter here and resets the step count, so that means I'm not getting an encounter on the way to next screen. And after the next screen, there will be no random encounters. So, or after this screen, there will be no like starting from here, there will not be any random encounters. So we are fine. Basically, skip the random encounter in cost of a little bit of travel time, but I think that was worth it. One last trapdoor. I hope this actually gives us enough XP. We're only level 46. Probably gonna be fine, but I should heal you as well. So I'm having Edge here just to deal a little bit of extra damage, just in case, and take a little bit of extra damage away from Kane. Just to make sure that I get the kill here. This fight can kill you, but it's just a DPS race between you and him. Typically you do win, and it's very unlikely that he does win, but if he like high rolls or gets a lot of crits or something, then you might lose. And I am one level lower than usual, I think, but it's fine. That wasn't even close. So, now we head all the way back. I guess let's try that. Can warp here, but I'm not gonna do it again because then it would just take me back to the beginning, but that's definitely something that we can try later and maybe improve the run. My guess is that you can't warp in the crystal room, or it doesn't allow us to warp in the crystal room, and then you are like...
So the reason why it might work on the Super Nintendo version is because of the glitch that we do earlier, where we warp back into the crystal room. We get that dark crystal early, and then when you go to Sealed Cave later, it triggers the demon wall fight without having to go into the crystal room.
That might be it. That might be I would be very surprised still if it did work, but now I'm a little bit less... Now I'm a little bit more hopeful that it actually does work, but we'll see. But yeah, oh right, we were betrayed again. So let's go and talk to the dwarves. I'm sure they understand that we just lost their last...
Oh.
Just lost their last crystal as well. I'm sure they will trust us for the third time. Like, we've only failed them 3 times so far, so like...
It's a good batting average.
Yeah,
They always say 4th time's the charm.
Yeah. First we lost them the crystal in this castle. Then we didn't get them back even though we promised. And then then they gave us the key to the secret cave where the last one was hidden. And we lost that one as well. But surely they will trust us this time.
The thing is, they're still nice enough to keep upgrading the airship as well.
Oh, yeah.
I was okay, we can get out. Great. Okay, we've got our grappling hook. Great. Now what are we going to get? A drill.
Yeah. What's the logical way to get out of the underworld?
Yeah. I always find when I'm trapped inside a volcano, just having a giant drill often helps.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell if Sid and Edge are dancing together or fighting.
I have no idea either.
It's very cute, whatever it is.
But Sid is proud. Oh no, he looked down. He must be sick. But he got tired again and started sleeping, so... but hey, the job is done, so we can go and actually buy some high potions. But yeah, let's go... We've been in the overworld and we've been in the underworld. I'm sure that's enough of worlds, right?
I've always heard there are only 2 maximum in any game possibly.
Yeah.
You know, Gaia, Terra, that's enough.
Yeah. Sounds good. But we go to Mysidia because apparently there's a Mysidian legend that they know about. And hey, we get the same wall of text again that we already saw once. Also, I think Cecil should join in the movement that they're doing, but...
I mean, he is technically, he's got white magic. He could contribute. Oh no, Leviathan!
Oh, it is a Leviathan again. I also forgot to go to the Cave of the Idolons.
Or do you get the rat's tail?
No, but you need to go there to unlock Odin. But it's fine, I can go there later. But
okay.
just takes me slightly longer. Oh, hey, we have a new airship. Let's see what it can do by touching the crystal. For some reason, that crystal is not one of the ones that Golbez wants, but... What is this? We're going to the moon. Yeah, we're in the moon now. So let's explore around, grab a chest for Lunar Curtain. And enemies here hit really hard, so I'm changing a Rose again, and after reviving Rosa, so that most of the hits are now going to back row again. Now all of the hits are going to the back row because another ambush. I know of them to hit Cecil anyway, even though Cecil was on critical HP. So Cecil only protects the others if Cecil is not on critical HP himself. But I got lucky there that they hit Cecil. Although I guess it didn't really matter since Cecil died anyway, but... I guess lucky would have been if they had hit edge to critical as well, but... Oh well. But hey, we have a beard guy. And for some reason, half of the letters in his name are capitalized. But, hey, we got a Lunarian into our party. Surely he's not, like, insanely powerful or anything.
No.
And, like, twice our level.
The last time we got a mage like that, he wasn't super impressive.
Yeah. Alright, we escape these. But at least he has a lot of HP.
True.
Oh yeah, let's go back to the Earth to see if everything's good over there.
Oh, that Tower of Babel is nothing but trouble. We got the gang back together.
Yay! Everyone's alive. Even those guys who were just stone a minute ago are back. Because for some reason the Elder was able to revive them when Tella wasn't. But maybe the Elder is the real powerful one after all. All right, so this dungeon, we just ran through it. It's a giant of a bill. Surely there are not going to be any hard fights here or anything like that. This is where I believe in a lot of categories that are not this one, there's a big grind in this dungeon. I don't know if that's hard in the SNES runs.
Oh yeah. So if you're doing no 64 floor, then you do the M Dragon. What's it called? And whatever the undead dragon is here.
It's Mech Dragon in this version, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, you do that in the any percent no 64, and then depending on which character you're using at the end. It's very, very cool though. So like I think the safest marathon route is to use roses for it and using white magic on the final boss, who will not spoil. But yeah, my favorite one is to use you get the Excalibur for edge, and then you just throw Excalibur at everything. It's very cool.
Does that not consume the Excalibur in that version?
Oh well, yeah, we also dupe our inventory to have 255. So
right.
Yeah, you have to assume that we're dirty cheaters in the original versions. But yeah, like in that one, we dupe the cat claws, so you get double cat claws on edge earlier on. It's also how we get all the money at the start, and it's where we get dancing daggers for Edward and Ridiot, so they can do tons of damage right at the beginning. Very powerful.
Oh, this is the correct rows. We do Radium, optimize, Black Robe, Edge gets optimized, Cecil gets optimized, and so I guess Light Sword is fine. That's fine as well. You get Lilith Rod, I guess. Getting full value from that. I guess we're good. Or at least a preempt. At least we got that before this, in case we don't win, then we at least have the autosave here before the encounter, so that's, or after the encounter. So
there's one thing cooler than a single elemental fiend. It's 4.
Yep. So this is quite difficult fight. Okay, we elixir him. You Hermes shoes. You will use Lunar Curtain. You will elixir him. You potion. You will Tandaga. Viridia. Rage of the God. No, you cover. So yeah. Rage of the Gods. So cover allows you to, well, allows Cecil to cover them even without them being at full HP or free HP. I think I want the Rage of the Gods, but that's maybe too greedy. But just Tandaga. We Phoenix down. The Lunar Curtain makes every physical move miss on Cecil, so can be safe. I'll revive someone else as well. I want I won't use Cecil's turn though because I need him to high potion himself after the Maelstrom. So he will keep covering everyone. Holy. Now he's at real low HP, but so are we, so I'll high potion again. And yes. So Rage of the Gods, Elixir, the Saga, Arctic Wind.
Very
And
nice.
that was textbook. Okay. Rose, and we equip the wizard hat, and remove all from you. We Phoenix down Edge and Rosa, and we high potion everyone to full HP. I think that's it.
Yeah, surely there couldn't be any more combat. That's the boss of the
that
dungeon.
was definitely the main boss of the dungeon, the last boss of the dungeon. So we reached the CPU of the giant, and then we will shut it down, and I guess we fight the CPU. So we first have to kill the defense node. And I guess we throw the shuriken. Sure, why not? Nancy stuff, which is oh, I forgot to ether. Huh? $150. That. Attack just to be sure. High potion and meteor. High potion is probably not necessary, and these attacks might not be either, but do it anyway. Just to make sure. So yeah, we were fast enough that the high potion was unnecessary, but if I had been too slow, then we wouldn't have killed in time, or killed before the attack node killed us. because annoyingly Fusoya has an HP amount that's divisible by 10, and it deals 10% of your max HP. So rounded down, but the rounding down doesn't happen if you your HP is divisible by 10. So he did not, or he would not have survived 10 attacks, but they did only get 9 off, so would have been fine anyway. But yeah, we get the big revelation that Golbez is Cecile's brother. And Fusoya and Golbez leave to beat Zemus, who was actually the bad guy all along, and Golbez was just acting under his spell. And apparently Kane was acting under Golbez's spell, so now that Golbez is free of the spell, then Kane is as well, and surely this time he won't betray us.
Yes. It's not like a Final Fantasy game to bury the lead on who the actual bad guy is until the final dungeon.
Yeah. Yeah. He actually we used all the time to level him up, so I guess we might as well use him. I guess.
I'm a big fan of using Kane in the end.
But yeah, we can't have this mission is too dangerous for the ladies, so we say goodbye to them, and we surely the three of Edge, Cecil, and Kane are enough to beat the final boss
easily.
But they snuck into the ship anyway, and we can't just lose 2 party members. I mean, yeah, 2 party members. But I think we did say something about beating Odin or something. I heard that was a thing we needed to do. So
yes,
we will go back to the Earth actually. And wait, there. I have the ship right here.
Yeah, so we go back to our normal ship because that allows us to go back into the underground.
Yeah, so I can visit the. I was supposed to visit the Passage of the Eidolons earlier, but I forgot. So I have to go there. I believe Odin is not available until you do this. I didn't actually test this, so I hope he is available after I visit here. But
yeah,
if not, we might have to do some other. We actually have to go to the Land of the Eidolon. I'm not sure. I think that's enough, but we shall see.
So I know for sure, like in all bosses, the order is to go to like Land of the Monsters first and do Asura and
Leviathan first, but like we don't want to go that far.
No.
But if that's enough, we might need to go back there and run in the dungeon. We'll find out here. The fight itself shouldn't be too bad.
So in theory, it should be a DPS check. So, you know, those of you who are familiar with Odin's work will know that he is a sword that can do a lot of damage.
Yep. Let's heal. Feel like that's appropriate. Yep, here he is. Oh, no. We do have to go to the land of summons first. Okay, that's fine.
All good.
All good. Just going to the passage wasn't enough. It's fine. Just a couple of extra minutes. Wait, that's not the thingy. But yeah, I just really hope that we don't have to beat Asura and Leviathan as well. Otherwise, it might be a little bit more than a couple of minutes, but...
Yeah, one of those fights is a little tougher than the other. Don't tell me Asura is easy in Pix Remaster, please.
It's fine, but like I'm now thinking that maybe just taking that one extra step that triggered the dialogue might have been enough, but I'll just go to the land of the summons to be sure. Here we can surely use the... Well, actually we can use teleport to get out, so... Fine. Teleport. There we go. Okay, I guess we're fighting a couple of extra bosses then.
Cool.
It's fine.
So anyone at home who was like, oh gosh, maybe there's not enough time to donate to this amazing run by Zero, just know we've granted you free time.
Yeah.
That you can do that. It's for a great cause. There's no reason not to. You can tell us what you think the most difficult Final Fantasy is.
I think the most difficult Final Fantasy is 13, but I might be biased.
I think it probably is, yeah. I think the thing I always say about like the difference between 12 and 13 is that 12 gives you the chance to recover. It might be slow, but like you've almost always got a chance to bring it back. But you get a retry button in 13.
Yep.
So yeah, as far as like clean execution first time round, 13 I think is more difficult. And I think it does also have like the highest single difficulty fights in the series.
Oh, this one.
So it turns out in the Land of the Monsters or the Cave of the Eidolons that there actually happened to be in the library, I believe is the room they're in. Or this is the library and it takes us into the basement. We've got two Eidolons right here, disguised as humans. Very classic. So the one on the right is Asura. Asura's got wonderful mechanics to it. Asura's got 4 heads, I think 3 or 4, and she rotates between each of those and does very, very, very high amounts of healing to herself. So it's a real like DPS check where you need to out damage the amount of healing that she does. But obviously, after everything that we've done with like having single characters, getting Kane back in, after beating CPU, like this is the ideal time to do it. And our levels are all in like the 40s.
Well, Kane's is.
The important characters have got the levels in the 40s. So we should be able to knock out some high damage. But again, like very classically, like almost every boss at this point, at least one of their attacks will be able to one-shot at least Rosa and Rydia, probably even Edge, because they've got like 1,000 hit points. So we are still like very much playing the game normally, and we just have particularly good gear that allows us to do a lot of damage. But
Actually, I have a better strat for this. I guess I quick save. So if I do this and this, probably. Okay, that's probably better because
just for targeting.
yeah, like just so that Cecile can. Cecile will take damage, and for the others, over Kane. What am I doing? There we go.
He's dead. And now onto Leviathan. So much easier fight because Leviathan doesn't heal himself. It also doesn't do as much damage as Asura, I don't think.
Yeah. Not quite. I think for this we do that, and we need some little bit more DPS help, as he's not really doing physical damage. So. Oh, you don't have your weapon. Character. Please summon something like Titan here.
No
There we go.
problem.
Easy. They say. Okay, that was a little bit of improvising. I had a stretch for Odin, I didn't have stretch for the stretch for these two, but we got through. There's an item shop here. I think I want to, or we just use Ain. That's fine. I hope there's no cutscene here. Probably is. Okay, no cutscene. That's good. Well, I guess I should go buy some items, maybe. One high push remaining. Okay. Now we need to go fight. Now we can go fight Odin. Sorry, we'll be going a little bit overestimate with that. The fight itself doesn't take, like, this is much easier than the other two. Especially with being a DPS race, but he's weak to lightning, so we deal a lot of damage with the Rage of the Gods. That's why I bought so many of them. There we
Very
go.
nice.
A little bit easier than the other two. It's very weird that they put them in this order. As Asura is the hardest one of the three, and then Odin is the easiest.
Yeah.
But I guess we learned a lesson. Don't trust what FF Wiki says.
There you go. Every day is a learning day.
Okay, then we head to the moon and finish off the game. So we just have one unnecessarily long dungeon to go, and at the end is the final boss. I also apparently don't know where to go, because you can go just up and you're fine, but I decided to go all the way around the world for a good measure. That's one problem with the Avenger, is that if you get preemptive strikes, they automatically attack, and that's not ideal. But yeah, I removed all the equipment. I guess I should remove all the equipment from the other ones as well. So you can have the cat claw actually, so that makes you faster. I want to be as fast as possible, so we can escape as fast as possible from all the encounters. And I want especially Cecil's equipment, I want to be gone so that Cecil will be fast enough at the final boss. I still need some. I might not need it, but there is a. It makes it a lot more consistent if Cecil is fast enough. Makes the good pattern go from like 1/8 chance to like 3/4 of a chance or something like that. Fortunately, if you die in the final boss, it's only gonna be like a 7-minute extra time loss. So, and it's probably very easy to do with the very little sleep I've gotten, because it's so early in the morning. That I'm probably not gonna mess it up.
All will be well.
Yeah, I mean, it's all counting, and counting is very easy, right?
I mean, I've seen the way you count, so I think it will be easy for you.
Yeah, I mean, you have to count to like 3, and that's very hard sometimes.
Oh, yeah. As a tuba player, that's above my pay grade.
Yeah. I will grab these just in case I mess up, though.
So the final dungeon does have some quirks in it. So there are a few secret passages you'll have seen Zero going through already. Then there are also some teleport pads that can take you to different areas, and it's all this massive interconnected dungeon tunnel network kind of thing. There are some really cool items. There's some very powerful weapons and gear that you can get, and some trap chests that have got, I guess you could call them like optional boss fights and things. There are like certainly unique ones. So kind of in a very typical final dungeon in a Final Fantasy setting, having those optional fights to be able to go into before the final fight. Really, really cool. One of the more difficult dungeons to navigate, in my opinion, for a final dungeon. They're certainly easier in the game. or in the games. And it's a lot of similar screens, and you do go in and out of the same screen multiple times at different parts.
Yeah, and like this is like I never remember what screen comes next because they are so like similar. So I do take my time and check which screen I am before I start moving. So
So we're nearly out of the rocky section of the dungeon and into the crystal section.
grabbing the elixir it's a backup item as well in case I mess up. You shouldn't need any items for the final boss, but like it can happen. Be like 2 more encounters, and then we're past all the random encounters. I'm surprised Cecil and Edge have survived. Usually they die pretty early.
They're trying to make up for all the earlier times.
Yeah. Okay, so equipment, Kane gets the Avenger, Power Armlet, and Black Belt Gi. And I already removed everything from Cecil, so we're good to go. Hey, change rows, right?
All right, party time.
All right. So this is Zemus. We fight as Golbez and Fusoya, and we first cast Firaga. It deals some decent damage. Then we have Fusoya cast slow, so Zemus doesn't get a turn. Have Golbez cast Blitzaga next. That will deal decent amount of damage as well. Then Fusoya hold. So again, Zemus doesn't get a turn. Golbez uses Tendaga, then and Fusoya uses Holy. And then we use the legendary Double Meteor to finish off Zemus. The body dies, but the spirit lives on. I wonder what that means. But yay, we beat the final boss! Hooray!
So easy, scripted fight. Blurg.
Yay, victory music!
Roll credits.
Wait, something's happening. Oh no, he got stronger! And now we're fighting Tangelam! Or Zeromus. But we just spam Meteor, but apparently that just heals him. But maybe the crystal will help. But because Golbez chose the dark path instead of the light path, then the crystal doesn't help and he uses Meteor and kills us both. So I guess we're all...
It's all tied up, 1 for 1.
Yeah.
It's a tie. Well done.
GG. But everyone's here. And as the true Final Fantasy method, with power of friendship, we can overcome any obstacles. And yep, Cecil gets the crystal from Golbez. And then we have this fight, and actually we turn on the auto battle because the auto battle speeds up also this scene. where everyone gets revived. So, yay for auto battle. Yeah, everyone gets revived and put into full HP. And then Zeramus will use the time distortion. Then we wait until the next shake. And then we use the crystal. So the strategy here is to jump with Kane, and we jump over every single Big Bang, bio, and flare that he's going to use. Then we want, in order to do that, we need to have 3 Spider Silks hit the boss. He counters everyone with flare, so that not on Cecil, please. Oh, that's not that. Okay, sure, we can still figure this out. That was not a Spider Silk. It's okay. This is doable still. Okay, so this is second Big Bang. This third Big Bang, which is followed by a bio. And after this, we should have enough time to revive Edge. Or not. Oh, we can throw that. Okay, that's the second one. There's the Big Bang, and there's B-Bio, yes. Then we use the elixir. That's why we got it. Okay. That's 1, that's 2. No. No, we're dead.
But X potion.
Or we could jump still over the bio. Okay. We're in there still. We're in it still. Okay, we're not dead. I could maybe explosion here, but I think it's safer to do after the biome. Okay. Okay. We got to the flare phase. So now this is we got through the bios, so there's no more bios, but now he's using flare. And we jump over every Big Bang and flare. This is simpler in terms of like execution, but more punishing if you get it wrong. So this is phase 2. This fight has 3 phases. In the last phase, he will only spam Meteor. But fortunately, cutscene Meteor is much stronger than non-cutscene Meteor. So we will be able to survive that. That phase as well, as long as we survive this flare phase. Okay, I think we're in Meteor phase, yep. Okay. Okay, that's a lot of damage, but we're fine. Keep the second Meteor. We should get jump before the next one. Yes, okay. I waited a little bit there just to make sure that we skip this Meteor in case it doesn't kill, which it didn't. So good thing that we did that safety thing. And this should kill, and it's time. Okay, GG. Man, things went a little bit overestimate, so... but that was mostly my fault. But also the game was not cooperating with all the back attacks and stuff, and a lot of back attacks, ambushes, stuff like that. It was really annoying, but it was unfortunate that I didn't do my research beforehand. That's my bad. But yeah, I guess we got to show 2 extra optional bosses on top of that, so yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll keep the keep it short and just say thank you to all Final Fantasy communities, and especially the FF4 community, and thank you BSG for having us, and yeah, thank you Metako for being here for me.
Thank you for being here for us.
Thank you so much for that beautiful run, and GG's. I had no clue what was happening, but it looked very cool. It looked skillful, and for especially people who like Final Fantasy, there will be more Final Fantasy runs in this upcoming week, and yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we will be right back with the next run.